107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
Hallelujah. Yes, she is in the building. Made in New York. Alicia Keys is here.
How you doing?
Looking great, girl.
Oh, feeling so good.
I wish I looked this good a year and a half after having a baby.
Thank you. I appreciate
Wow.
that.
How's the baby doing?
So good, so adorable. He's like developing his own little personality. He's funny. When he don't want you to touch him anymore, he'd be like, bye-bye. He know
Leave
how to
me
get
alone.
you right up out of there, like, bye-bye.
And how's Egypt at being the big brother?
He is doing so good. He's 5, and he's just like, he's amazing.
Yeah,
He's a
he
good
is
big
amazing.
brother.
I heard he's producing
He
songs.
is. He's
He's pretty amazing.
It's pretty crazy just to even see him because he's learning piano and he has to practice. He has his little recital coming up.
no.
It's like really adorable.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
So, how is Father's Day spent in your home? Do you do it close to home? Or do you do a dinner? Do you do a big dinner somewhere? What are you doing?
Different days, different times. This particular Father's Day, I've decided I'm just gonna sweep my personal baby away. And we're going to have us a little mommy father time.
Forget the babies.
So I figured like on Saturday, we'll have our little us adult moment.
Okay.
And then we'll come back for Sunday. He'll do like a double vibe. Like a me and him vibe and then a
Right.
family vibe.
But
So
no
it's
more
gonna be
babies
good.
right now.
Oh, whoa.
No, and I'm saying Saturday. You saying Saturday adult time, getting it on, getting it popping.
I mean,
I'm
know.
thinking maybe we might be trying for the girl.
But, I would require at least 3 years, please.
Okay, all right.
Please, universe. Universe, I need 3
Yeah, we're not trying to
years,
put
at
that
least universe.
in
Thank
the
you.
atmosphere yet. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. Today's theme is Made in New York, and I made it
love
all
it.
around you because I know you're the ambassador of New York, thanks to Mayor de Blasio. And when the phrase was, when, you're made in New York when?
You're cool with the smell of garbage.
And you don't, right, you walk into the train station and you don't frown, you just walk in and sniff
That's
it
just
up.
your smell. You're like, oh, there goes New York. Right, that's just my scent. It's okay.
All right, Alicia Keys, hallelujah. Let's talk about that. Hallelujah. On the heels of In Common. All right. Any connection as to why these two were released first?
Well, so In Common, is just one of my favorite songs off of the album. I mean, the album is so robust. It's so full of different journeys and places that we're going to go together. And In Common felt perfect to release first because just that energy that it has. And also, at the beginning of the creation of the album, I really talked a lot about kind of like the point of this album is talking about who we are as people, what we're going through, like what we're dealing with. And In Common felt like the perfect introduction, especially because it says that we're all works in progress, you know? We're all like figuring out who we are and how to get there and what we got to do.
Right. You got to be messed up too if you want to be.
We're all a little bit messed up and that we could love each other through it and figure it out together and we're allowed to be our beautiful messed up selves, and that's cool.
Right.
And that was a very empowering thing for me to learn and for me to just put out there because I feel like that is just important. So In Common is that joint. It's perfect for the summer. It feels so good. I love that song. And Hallelujah is actually not a single, but it's a piece. It's a song from the album. And it is being used as the music behind a short film that I did with my organization called WeAreHereMovement.com that really addresses the refugee crisis.
Okay.
And so on Monday is going to be World Refugee Day. And so we wanted to put it out specifically to reinvigorate the conversation. And the film is, first of all, the song, I love this song. And the film is so ill. And it takes the refugee crisis and it puts it right here in America for us and kind of asks the question, what if it was you?
Right.
Like, what if it was you or what if it was me? As opposed to us looking always all the time like it's them over there. This is us. This is a human crisis. The film is ill. You're gonna be like blown away.
So we can't see it anywhere right now?
Right now, it's Friday right now, but all you have to do is wait till Monday. Monday, you're going to be able to see it at weareheremovement.com. Today,
So we
there's
have to
going to be.
remind you on Monday.
Don't forget.
Yeah, well, they ain't going to forget.
But
I'm
today,
gonna
there
remind
is a
them.
few. They're not going to forget because I'm going to remind
you. You going to remind them? That's right. I'm going to remind them, too.
There's a few. There's like a few pieces that are coming out today, like a little trailer and things like that, that you'll be able to get into. But that's the reason why the song Hallelujah is out.
We just finished talking about the album that doesn't have a name as yet. But I want to know if Egypt is producing on this album.
So far, Egypt hasn't graced me with his production for his mommy yet. He hasn't done a production thing for his mommy yet. So far, not yet. But who knows? We might come in at the last minute and throw me something.
Yeah. Is he going to, you think, really be moved into the musicianship, or is he an athlete? Do you see an athlete in there somewhere? Or?
You know, he's only 5, so it's totally, it's totally a wide open canvas in the world. But inside of him, he definitely has a love of music. He's loved it since he was a baby.
He has no choice.
He always has such an inclination and rhythm and stuff like that. So that's always been cool. He does, he's really athletic too. He has a cool ability. He loves basketball. He loves soccer. So it's cool to see him kind of growing in that world. And he also really loves, like any child, building. And it's so cool to see him. I'm like, when I picked the name Egypt, I really, really probably put that inside of him because he's like a little mini architect. He's into it. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. Who knows? I have no idea. But, we'll talk again in like 20 years or something.
Well, no, not that long, please.
Like,
he
all right,
should,
now.
Yeah, he should
we'll
be
back
feeling his
sooner
way
than that.
another 5 years or so. But, I wanted to ask you, the big story today is the game, last night with Steph Curry and his wife, Ayesha. And I thought when you came in, I said, let me ask you, because from your perspective, like somebody like myself might be able to go on a rant. But how do you Ayesha Curry, she was upset about what happened last night. And she went on Twitter and she said her piece. As a celebrity, do you think that it's okay to do that, or do you have to have certain filters, or what do you think about that?
Nah, I wasn't privy to, exactly whatever was written or anything
Steph Curry got ejected last night from the game.
Oh.
She was upset. And she became upset. And, sometimes things that upset our men upset us as well.
Right.
Right,
so yes. It's my man.
That's right.
Don't you do that.
And and now they're coming at her, and I think it's unfair because she has a right to be upset. She has a right to be able to voice her opinion.
I personally agree. I mean, everybody feels differently, but I personally do agree that hey, we're all human beings, and there's moments.
Back to
you
in
have
common.
your moments.
Yeah.
Everybody, you can't always contain how you feel.
Hello.
Sometimes it just comes out.
Right.
And that's it. I mean, we should all be allowed to have our little moments. It's like it's a lot of judgment, I think, all the time. And it would be nice for the judgment to kind of like just take it easy.
Take a break for a day.
Take a little break.
No Judgment Day.
Yes, that's a good today.
Hashtag No Judgment Day. Right?
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
Maybe that'll
thing.
make the album. That has no name yet.
Ow. Oh, I didn't say it didn't have a name. I just said you didn't know
Why?
it. You just don't know.
When are we going to know it?
I'm exciting. Exciting. It's like a little bit like foreplay. You want to just like have a little play.
How long?
You don't want to give everything
foreplay
away.
lasts about how long your foreplay lasts?
I like
My
it to last a
foreplay
long time.
Ain't that long? My foreplay about 5 minutes. We done spent about 5 minutes right now. I'm ready for
the next step.
Yes, thank you. All right. Well, we're not going to get the name of this album,
Not yet.
but we're going to definitely look forward to hearing the album.
right.
Anything else that you're working on for the album? Like, this melting pot of emotion?
It is a melting pot of emotion.
Yeah.
I like that. Look
All
at
right,
you.
girl, you better
So
put me down
poetic.
on this album.
You
Give me
are
some credit.
so poetic.
I love it.
Melting
I love
pot
it.
of
Thank you.
emotion. The music is, it's the best music that I've ever done yet, for sure. And I'm just so excited for you to start hearing pieces of it. You're hearing In Common. Now you're going to hear pieces of Hallelujah that's attached to this short film. called Let Me In. And I just feel like it's all about the dialogue. It's all about the conversation. I feel like some of my favorite artists of all time always really used music as like the way into the conversation. You know, Marvin Gaye and John Lennon and Nina Simone. It's like it was always about kind of like, what are we talking about? What are we going through? And this music is definitely going to be that ability for us to have just ill dialogues and for it to touch your heart and for you to really feel it. And your head about to be blown off. I'm ready to blow your head off.
I'm ready, because after all this foreplay,
you got to explode.
Explosion. Wait, but are we ever going to see you bring Lena Horne to the screen? What's happening with that?
You know how I still think it would be an unbelievable, that's still a dream role for me, still a dream situation.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how it goes. You know, currently there's no plans for it right now, but it is still a dream role for me.
All right. Well, we're going to pray on that.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And, you know, hopefully you'll come back and talk to us when the album has a name.
That's right.
That we can know.
That's right.
And right now, I want you to take us back, because we're wrapping this up. I want you to take us back to growing up in New York and the music that there's a song that's playing in the background on a summer day growing up in New York City. What song is that?
Right now.
It is blasting on WBLS.
In my head, taking me back, streets in New York City, growing up. The song that comes to my head right now is Real Love, Mary J. Blige.
Ah, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one that's happening right now. It's in the summer.
I remember seeing her do that one at Bentley's, being in Bentley, seeing her sing that song.
That's crazy.
Thank you for bringing great memories and great emotion to us through music, and we look forward to the new album.
That's right, baby. It's
Kiss,
on.
kiss those babies.
I will.
All right. Wrapping it up, we got to talk about the no makeup, and I understand it's not a movement. Did you say that it's not a movement, or you're not trying to make it a movement?
Well, I mean, it's my personal story. That's all. Mm-hmm. And I shared my personal story just about how, you know, I recognize that through the years for me, there was a lot of things I began to kind of cover up, in the sense of just kind of like, you know, I've spent a lot of time in the spotlight and within this music world, and sometimes I would find myself being so kind of like politically correct, or I would find myself not necessarily, you know, to the point of rants and raids, like not necessarily fully expressing my full opinion, you know, holding back in essence, and just covering up. And so this album is really about uncovering. It's really about being my raw, true, authentic self, and expressing that not only for myself but for, you know, where we are in the world and everything. And so at the beginning of it, we really spoke about, like, let's be really conscious about that. Let's not necessarily, like, every day this whole idea of perfection and being perfect and having to look perfect and everything. You know, I really have realized that the closest we can get to that is being perfectly imperfect and being like happy with ourselves like that.
There we go.
And that's a beautiful recognition. And so I've kind of been challenging myself just to, like, you know, remain uncovered through my music, my experience, my emotion, and even sometimes my face. You know what I mean? That there'll just be times where it's like, here you are.
And you look
here I am.
Beautiful. And I wore makeup today because I didn't want to, you know, take away from your shine.
You know
That's
what I mean?
why I want to let you shine.
And I thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And next time you come, maybe I'll, you know, we can flip it.
And I mean, the main point is, like, it's really not about, makeup is a metaphor,
right?
You know, and it's really not about makeup. We are women. We are gorgeous. We are gorgeous with our makeup, our heels, our shoes, our hair. We are gorgeous in our sweats, our PJs, our scarves, or whatever. We are gorgeous however we want to be. And the most important thing is being who you are. And finding yourself, and not doing anything because someone told you to, or because you felt like they won't like you if you don't. Like go. Being yourself.
I have a sisterly kiss that talks about that, and it's just really simply said, spiritually groomed. You know, you don't have to worry about being outwardly groomed. Worry about that spirit being groomed.
Do what makes you feel good, whatever that is. Do that.
Right. All right. We got raw, real love for you. Now we can play Mary J.
Talk
Blige.
to me.
It's 107.5 WBLS. Alicia Keys, y'all. I love you, girl. love you,
Thank
love
you,
you.
Mom. I love you too.